clock's off, all right? All right, let's go ahead and stand up. Say the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. We're going to have an executive session. The Port of Allyn Board of Commissioners will now meet in executive session to discuss potential litigation as allowed by RCW 42.30.11. The commission will be joined by its attorney and executive director for the duration of the executive session, as well as Justine will also be joining us. The Port of Allyn Board of Commissioners will be in executive session until 4:30. At 4:30, we'll let you know. We'll call you guys back in.
Please read the last line there, Commissioner Curtin.
The Port of Allyn Board of Commissioners is not expected to take further action regarding any potential litigation following the executive session.
Thank you.
Justine, would you open the door when it's 4:30? Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to call the regular meeting back to order. So at this time, we'll go ahead and we will do the public comment.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Brad Carey, remember me, Mike?
Hey, Brad.
I made some copies. I haven't met you before. I'm Brad Carey. How are you? Hi, Miss Kobe. Nice to meet you.
You as well.
So, Kobe, Mike, you weren't here at the time. Judas, you've probably seen that before. I'll get this podium here.
Yeah, need you to be at the
Where's the
podium.
mic?
Yeah, they're right there.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Different style. So, Brad Carey here. We've had problems with the Port of Allyn. Port of Allyn's had problems for years. And that's no big deal as long as we get people at the commission that work together to try to solve these problems. It's no big deal. We had a problem when Larry Capola and Leanne were working with the port. We had Ted Jackson and we had John Sheridan that were commissioners, as well as Judy. And we had problems obtaining records. The port was in the water business. I tried to obtain public records. They wouldn't give them to me. We said, hey, we don't want to sue the port. Just give me the records. They wouldn't. So we were forced to sue the port. We got the records finally. Once we got the records, we said, hey, just pay us $5,000, admit you broke the law, apologize, and we'll move on. They wouldn't do it. So the port spent about $220,000 in litigation costs. I spent about $20,000. In the end, the port paid me $30,000 and had to give me the records. And they had to sign this agreement. Now, this agreement was written by me and my counsel. We spent all day in this building writing this agreement. Now, this is the agreement that I wanted written. It wasn't quite written the way I would have liked to have had it, but we wrote it with the idea that we were afraid the port was going to disparage my reputation. And it was also important to get the public record right and to print a copy of this settlement agreement in the paper. And I spent over an hour with Larry Capola and our counsel and Joe Brogan and his sidekick going over a provision that required this settlement agreement be printed in the paper. Okay? And Larry was emphatic about not wanting it printed in the paper. So finally I said, okay, I'll tell you what. You don't have to print it in the paper. That's fine. But now it's $40,000 instead of 30. And so finally Larry caved and said, fine, 30,000, we'll print it in the paper. I said, good, because you guys believe in transparency. The public should see what's going on here. So the very first violation in this agreement was when the port didn't print it in the paper. And the port claims that they can't make the paper print. Well, that wasn't the intent of the agreement. The port was supposed to spend a portion of that $10,000 that I was going to use to print it, to print the whole thing in the paper. And it says specifically that this agreement must be printed in. It's a joint press release where the actual copy of the entire agreement is printed in the paper. That'll cost $2,000 or $3,000.
30 seconds, Mr. Carey.
Oh, okay, 30 seconds? Okay, so anyway, let's fast forward. There's some other provisions in there. We've got 4 or 5 solid violations of this agreement. Judy herself has apologized in a meeting for calling me a predatory litigator in this public meeting, right after this agreement was signed. We have director reports saying I'm to blame for the Port of Allyn's financial woes because I sued the port. False. Anyway, what I'm saying is I'm coming to you one more time to say, please guys, you're new. Mike, you're new, really. I've worked with Travis. Travis and I have worked out kind of a quasi-settlement agreement last year. Or maybe it was, I think it was last year, about $5,000. That agreement's off the table. But if you guys can find in your hearts to admit, not you new commissioners, but in this case Judy, broke the settlement agreement, cough up 10 grand, and then give me an hour or two to go over this agreement in a public meeting so we can make sure the public, and it's on record what we're doing, then we're good to go. If we don't, then I'm going to do the formal process of mediation. It's going to cost this board over 100 grand. And that's just payments to me. I'm sorry, guys, take over.
Thank you.
But I wanted to try one more time to try to get it on record,
Commissioner
please.
Curtin.
Any questions for me?
Nope, that's it.
Okay.
That's your copy.
Thank you,
now.
Mr. Carey.
So I don't know what else I can do.
All right, are there any other public comments?
Commissioners, Ken Van Buskirk from Belfair. Glad to finally be able to come in person. I've been joining via Zoom, but I'm feeling better now.
Glad to hear that.
I sent you all an email back in January for the regular meeting, and I made public comment at the January 26th special meeting, and I asked you all to contact me about Sweetwater, but I haven't been contacted, so I came in person. I see that you have more work planned on Sweetwater without addressing the liabilities that I've identified. And I need to show these to all 3 of the commissioners individually before you update the comp plan. The current MOU with the Hood Canal Salmon Enhancement Group, in my opinion, does not protect nor does it indemnify the port from liabilities. Looking at the agenda, I don't see a number 6 on the agenda.
That was a mistake.
Okay, so there's no 6. And then when you get to consent agenda item number 5, there's something that I'd like to request that it be pulled off. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please give me a call.
Any other public comments? All right,
Okay.
Trustee Allyn?
I've got my stopwatch on, so I plan on using my full 3 minutes. Commissioners, nice hats. Who paid for those? The taxpayers? The world I grew up in, my grandma wouldn't let me wear a hat at the dinner table, let alone in front of the flag or the public. Do you see the county commissioners wearing hats? Do you see the United States Senate or Congress wearing hats? Do you see the Washington State Senate or Congress wearing hats? No. They have respect for the office. All right, let's get back to business here. So first of all, sinking of the Sea Bear was a disaster, could have been totally prevented. The port failed to take action prior to a major storm. Plenty of warning. There should have been a storm prevention plan in place. That boat should have been moved. In fact, it never should have been at the port dock in the first place. It was decrepit, it was rotted, and it was a disaster waiting to happen. And the fact that 200 gallons of diesel fuel didn't wash up on the beach, we know some did, because the port didn't address this issue seriously, because they didn't take measures, because they don't have an experienced director, which I've pointed out for the last 2 years. Secondly, water system. The port's operating an illegal water system. Mr. Carey has brought that to your attention many times. Don't have consent from Washington Water or Lakeland Village. But there's a lot of money in the water fund, so it's the public's money. It needs to get spent on the system. The improvements need to be made before you turn it back over to somebody private and do your job and support economic growth and development in the Port District, which is your #1 priority as port commissioners and a director. And you have failed businesses, you have failed the public, you have failed in transparency, you have failed in legal matters, you have wasted hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees instead of repairing piers and docks, doing the proper paperwork, doing due diligence, doing training. You failed in the public records request. You're 6 to 12 months behind on those. They're coming back incomplete. We had to sue the port for public records violations because of it. We had to sue the port for $6.3 million for other violations and misrepresentations. The public can look it up. It's on the record. We're going to have to sue the port again, unfortunately, because they still won't honor their previous commitments. So I sent you guys an email about that tonight. I'd like an answer one way or the other by Friday the 13th at 2 o'clock. And I'm expecting an answer. I think the port knows what the right decision is. We'll see what happens, but I've made my case. The right decision is not to waste any more of the public's money. That's all.
You're done.
Thank you, Mr. Seelin.
Anybody else have any comments?
I've got more to say.
No, I can't do that. Everybody's anybody else have a comment? All right, that's it. All right, when you go into the approval of the agenda. All right. We do the,
What was the thing that that Mr. Van Buskirk wanted removed? Do we get to that point, or is that in the,
That will be in the consent
Financial.
agenda.
pardon?
That will be when you come up with the consent agenda.
So what did he want removed? What did you
right
want?
now we're at the approval of the agenda.
Yes, but
You can ask him now.
that's, I'm asking.
I'll wait till you get to number 5.
Well, we are in the consent agenda items,
Oh,
and I'd
we're
like
on-
to make a
No,
motion.
you're on the approval of the agenda.
We gotta make approval of the agenda.
Okay, well, I'll move that we approve the agenda.
Anybody second?
If you'll notice, I add a addition in the notes there.
Oh,
for-
yeah, the transfer of the water fund overhead reimbursement to general fund of $11,635.85.
I, Commissioner Treadway, make a motion to approve the agenda with stated additions for the Port of Allyn's February 9th, 2026 regular meeting. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. All right,
And so moved.
so moved, yeah. All right. Now we're going to the consent agenda items. Would you like to tell us what it was you wanted?
Yeah, I'd like to pull the draft special meeting minutes of January 26th for a separate discussion.
The what minutes?
The January
Special meeting
26th.
of January 26th, 2026.
Oh, the 26th, okay. Why?
I would like to request that it be pulled for a separate discussion. Can you read the paragraph underneath consent agenda items? Notice that a citizen can request that it be removed for a separate discussion or commission.
It can be requested, but it doesn't necessarily have to be.
Okay,
Is
Well,
that?
I'll go
it
ahead
doesn't
and,
have to be.
I'll go ahead and, we can take it out, that's fine with me.
Just want to know. All right, I
Because we
guess.
can have a separate discussion. So I'd like to move that we approve the consent agenda items, taking out January 26th special meeting for discussion, and we can move forward.
Second.
All right. We have pass.
Say all in favor, aye.
All those in favor, sorry.
Aye.
And so moved.
All right, so moved.
Commissioner Clayton? And so moved.
And so moved, I said that.
Thank you.
All right,
So do you want to discuss the January 26th? What issue did you have? If you would come up to the podium, please.
Are you chairing the meeting?
No,
Okay. Ken Van Busker, Belfair. The reason I asked that the draft meeting, special meeting minutes be removed, I was the only member of the public that attended via Zoom. You documented that Commissioner Treadway was not in attendance at the beginning of the meeting. And then a quorum of you and Commissioner Scott, approved 2 items. You failed to document that the executive director was texting with Mr. Treadway, and he told you later on that Mr. Treadway was gonna be late. And then he got here, and you redid the motion and had all 3 of you approve it. You already had a quorum of the board approve that. That's all you had to do. But the problem was that you folks should know that it's policy not to be texting with each other, especially during a meeting. It's against your personal device policy. You need to maybe review that policy. Well, that's all I have. And you really don't need to have, if you had a quorum, you approved it, you don't have to approve it again. Thank you.
all right.
would we like to put, is that allowed to put that back in for approval?
Or you can ask that the office review it and put it up in the next meeting.
Okay, let's do that.
Either one, I mean, you're not changing anything, right?
So we will review the policies and make sure that.
I'll review the policies.
Properly.
All right, we can do that, all right. All right, so, let's do that. And we need to make a motion for that, or just agree to it?
No, it's been pulled from the consent agenda, and
Okay.
you did approve the consent agenda? Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, so
All right, commissioners?
not part of the consent agenda.
Want me to start?
Yes, please.
Over the past month, I have not gone to anything other than high school and middle school events. Not as a representative of the port, just as myself. So I have nothing further to share.
All right, okay.
Sure. Of course, on the 12th, I did regular port meeting. The 15th was at the North Shore Launch Ramp, just observing sea bear removal. And then also later, I attended a Peninsula Regional Transportation Organization meeting via Zoom. January 22nd, auditors meeting via Zoom, I think it was just an update is what that was. And then the 26th, Port of Allyn special meeting. 27th, just helping here at the port. February 3rd, we met with Representative Dan Griffey with Travis at the Capitol. February 5th, went to the Washington Public Ports Association reception with the legislators and affiliates. And then February 6th was Port Day at the Capitol. And we heard chairs and ranking members from the Senate Ways and Means Committee and the House Finance Committee and the House and Senate Transportation Committees. And that's it.
All right, I attended the meeting on January 26th. I also attended, I did not attend the EDC meeting. I was unable to make it due to some family stuff. But then went down to Olympia and participated in that. So on the 6th, I met with Travis. And we also met with the, what is he that works with Drew,
Rob Barnes, the
Rob Barnes, yeah.
executive assistant to Drew McEwen.
Drew McEwen, yeah, so we met with him as well. So that's it. Executive Director's Report.
Does the commission have any questions about the content on the executive director's report?
Nope. I don't. Do you have any?
No, I don't.
Okay. And it's outlined in the port priorities discussion. So as we go through those, I can elaborate on each of those items.
Okay. Go to the old business. So, you wanna do that now? Port priority discussion.
Please.
Alright.
Yeah.
Refer to the executive director's report for possible discussion points. So anything, let's see, port priority improvement updates to the comprehensive scheme of harbor improvements.
I have a question in regard to that. When are we going to try to have a meeting for that?
I intended for us to schedule our next special meeting opportunity for discussions.
Okay.
And all my focus will be on that because we will be needing to provide an update before the 4th of April.
Okay. Great.
Okay.
So yeah, and I attached a copy of the previous comp scheme for you all to review over the
Yes.
next few weeks before that meeting, so
Mhm.
that you can provide any talking points, suggestions, talk to community members, find out what direction you would like to see the port put into its comp scheme. We,
Yeah.
of course, have our current projects that will be slated for it, and if the commission wants to remove any of those projects, well, they're more than welcome to. But I have the template that has been redesigned and will look very different than the last comp scheme. So
Oh, okay.
it's just I have created the template, now I need to provide the information. So that will be something, it won't be a finalized draft at that special meeting, but it'll be a working one.
Okay. All right.
I wonder if we could create a Zoom meeting for the, also the public. I mean, it's like another special meeting or something for the public to weigh in.
So that special meeting can be addressed that way.
Okay,
That literally, the only reason I intended for that special meeting, I wouldn't have any extra topics. It would just be for the comp scheme. And it's more of a workshop, but I'm
Yeah.
just letting it as a special meeting with one topic. That's
Yeah.
the topic, so
Okay,
the commission can always invite comment.
Yeah, excellent.
yeah, that makes sense. All right, water system development. The water committee report.
So typically, Jeffrey Carey, who does the chairing on the water committee, would have been here, but had a conflict. But we also had to cancel our water committee this month due to not being able to get everybody together. So I'm looking to move that, hopefully in the next few weeks, to do a special meeting, because there are things that I need them to take a look at. But, so there's really no report available for the water committee right now,
Okay.
since we did not hold a regular meeting.
All right, consolidation project report?
Okay, so of course you know that we awarded Pape and Sons our consolidation project, and we've been in contact, signed our contract award and notice to proceed, and filed that with the Drinking Water State Revolving Fund Manager. We also have a completed contract with them and have acquired all the bonding necessary to go forward. So I have sent over a parts list that the Papes and Sons has put together for doing the project over to our engineer. And we need to make sure that those are the items that the engineer was intending, because they're non-returnable special order items that are basically unique to our system. So, and it's probably 30 to 40,000 of the cost. So it's very important that we know that those are the right ones.
Yeah.
So that is pretty much the consolidation report there. Once we hear back from the engineer, then the order can be placed, and then our timetable opens up, and we start to see, hey, we're going to be starting this in 12 to 16 weeks, so to speak. So right now, if we get everything ordered by next week, you're looking at about May 27th as an estimated start time.
Well, okay. All right, the Allyn waterfront pier repairs. Still nothing, right?
As you can see, I've been pretty inundated on a lot of other things. So, but I do have a meeting with the Marine Floats on March 23rd at the low tide to evaluate the pilings that need to be repaired or replaced, so that we can get a fair market estimate of if it's, what work we can accomplish with the money we have. So
Okay.
we want to make sure that we keep everything within the money that's left. The money that we spent before that was literally the emergency shoring and protecting of the assets we already had. So we still have an observation deck that looks pretty sad, but we had to just get it shored up so it wouldn't fall over.
All right. The Oyster House relocation.
So engineering contracts are still in discussions. We got a draft and we talked to our attorneys, and we need to make some revisions. So I've reached out to Leon Environmental to figure out what those would be. So I'm waiting to hear back and get a meeting set up to move that forward.
Okay. How long do you think you have any idea how
I
long it's
do
gonna
not
be?
have a timetable for you. So as soon as we can put it together, we can put it together. So
Are they pretty quick to get back to you about it, the engineering, or?
yeah, they're pretty quick. It's just
Okay.
waiting for them to figure out when we can talk again. And they might be reworking the contract due to my conditions that I emailed them, so I'll find out more soon.
Okay. Port safety and security.
Roofing leak, we're still waiting on better weather before we try to put a person on the roof to handle the repair. We feel like we've got a handle on how to actually make that work. So we believe we can handle that in-house. And then at the North Shore Marina, there was a electrical damage to a vessel that was plugged into one of our stanchions. So we're gonna have to get our electricians out there to find out what went on. There doesn't seem to be any other issues with the other stanchions at this point. So, but one of them did cause their well, one of them that he was hooked to, his components fried in his boat. So, we don't know how that was caused, but we will get
'Cause it also did
our electricians
damage-
out there to
Yeah,
have.
it did damage to ours. Our
Correct, it did
as well,
cause
so
damage to ours as well. So.
the electrician will be able to figure out where the source came from. Alright, next part is setting the time for for our next meeting.
Did you have any questions about the security report?
Oh, yeah,
No.
sorry, yeah. Nope,
If I may, there is 2 links there to YouTube videos that were, that documented the experience by a local YouTuber that works with the outfit that did the recovery, Bethel Towing.
Yeah, you did a good job.
That's Andy Graham,
I watched it, yeah.
by the name of Kayak Medic. That's his screen name.
alright. So, when would you guys like to meet next? I know we normally try to set it for the first Monday of, or the last Monday of the month. He put on there 5 PM. Why not 4 PM?
I figured it might be a little easier to make sure everybody's able to make it. 5 PM rather than 4, unless you've got some conflict, then we can always go back
Well-
to 4.
Yes and no. I have somewhere I need to be at 6, but I can be late, I guess. And 'cause too much earlier in that day, and I also have doctor's appointment at Madigan where they're starting the procedure, start giving me stuff to prepare me for the ionized radiation I gotta take, so. It's gonna so, how all that works out, I won't know until I'm there.
So,
You saying you can't do the 23rd?
I can do it, it's just, I think, but it's, I'm not sure what the results of what they give me is going to do, on the 23rd is going to do.
sure.
I don't get the actual ionized radiation until that Wednesday, so. But
So the
Shouldn't be a problem.
23rd
we can do
at
the
4 or
we can do
5?
the 23rd at 5 o'clock, but it's cutting everything close either way around, so it's a rough day.
On the 23rd, I can do 4 or 5 that day, but 5 typically works better for myself.
All right, we'll leave it at 5.
So special meeting.
Yeah, so Monday, February 23rd at 5 PM for the special meeting for the month.
All right. New items.
If you would, rewind back to the Sweetwater Creek update
Okay.
after the special meeting on the agenda.
All right. Do I hear a motion?
Piece of sweet water. You do that.
I don't have anything requesting a motion in the Sweetwater Creek project update.
Well, okay, wait, never mind, sorry, I jumped to the wrong. All right, so what do we have on Sweetwater? I gotta find it real quick. It's not in my.
Would you like me to lead commissioners on that?
Yeah, go ahead and.
So our partners, the Hood Canal Salmon Hatchery Group, they're gearing up to do the replanting of the trees very soon. When I get a date from their crew, I will talk about letting them do the process, essentially. Everything looks solid for our opening to the public before the end of March. So just a few loose ends tying up before that. We will have a hard date available in the March regular meeting for the public to know about.
All right. They don't, they haven't given me a clue roughly when that's gonna be.
Before the end of March.
Oh, just the end of March,
Yeah,
just
before
the end of
yeah,
March.
before the end of March, we will.
It has to be before, yeah.
Well,
Yep. All right. All right, now we need to pass the resolution 2026001. Do I hear?
perhaps to open it for discussion, Commissioner?
Anybody have a discussion?
Yeah.
Discuss it?
Well, we can read what it is. The resolution is necessary to pay the port's accounts payable due to the funds spent on removing the sea bear from port property. Without this resolution, the port will need to decide what invoices to pay and what to be delinquent on. This resolution authorizes the executive director to sign the request to the Mason County Treasurer's Office, make up the shortfall in available funds in the general expense account.
We really don't have much choice.
So I'd like to make a motion to approve the use of registered warrants from Mason County Treasurer authorizing the executive director to sign on behalf of the Port of Allyn Commissioners. That's,
On 2026 TECA 01.
yes.
I second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Aye, passes. Motion passes.
And then as the secretary, you fill this out.
Understand.
Okay.
Keep still in your pen. Pass that down. Yep, yeah. All right, next part is, resolution 2026-002. Do I have any discussion on that?
I'll just go ahead and read. This resolution is necessary to suspend the repayment process of the interfund loan due to the general expense account, with the county not having available funds to make the transfers currently. It's just a 3-month pause until revenues return to the general expense account held with Mason County Treasurer's Office.
I, Commissioner Treadway, make a motion to approve the Port of Allyn Resolution 2026 TEC 002, a resolution suspending the repayment of and authorization of $40,000, the loan until May 27th, 2026, as resolved in the Port of Allyn Resolution number 2024 TAC 015. Do I hear a second?
Yeah,
All right,
I'll second that.
all right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, all right.
So moved.
Motion, yep, so moved. All right. Then we need to do the financial position report. So I need, somebody wanna
I have
read
a
off?
question.
Yes,
Um,
Chris?
Travis, with the state auditor's office, I noticed that we paid $4,938.05. Now, is that just partial payments, or is that?
Those are partial payments. Like,
Okay.
we had another partial payment last month
Yeah,
for almost 3,000.
okay,
Yep. They bill us by the month.
all right, great, that answers my question.
But it's gonna be done shortly, correct? By the end of this month?
They're getting closer to an exit conference.
All right. So, who would like to make the motion?
Well, I could, financial state of the port. Item A in.
Oh, yeah, there we go, sorry, yeah.
Just for the commission's, reiterating, the sinking of the vessel put us in a pretty bad spot, so, $100,000 in unplanned expenses is quite significant for us. So that's part of the reason why we have these motions for the resolutions, to put us back in a situation where we can be financially sound. And we are working on getting our invoices out to the parties that have, that are responsible for their vessel. So we will be moving forward, attempting to get reimbursement. So other than that, the water fund is quite healthy. Everything looks good there. But the projections that we have doesn't account for registered warrants at this point. So they aren't really accurate until we are able to process those through, and we'll have to add some bars codes to the system to account for those, because it was unexpected.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other than that, that's all I have.
Okay,
All right. We got the payment of the general fund vouchers.
sure, I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion for approving the payment of the general fund voucher 260-20013-260-20038 and 2602-20045 for $27,447.84. Payroll vouchers for 2602-2602-0012 for $24,218.07. Payment of the water fund voucher 260-20039-260-20043 for $5,012.33.
Second?
All right, all those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. All right,
Before you continue, Commissioners, signatures on vouchers.
That's me all at once.
right. All right, do the commissioners have anything for the good of the order?
There's an Allyn Community Association meeting, I think, following this, I think. Is
Yeah.
it at
Yeah, 6 o'clock
Windermere?
at the Windermere.
Okay.
All right.
And a reminder of the town hall on the 22nd,
Oh, yeah.
2 p.m.
Okay, Town
Yep.
Hall with the ACA.
Will be
ACA
held
as well.
in the gazebo with the walls.
Okay, that's right, yep.
North Mason Community Voice has started renting our room on the second Thursday of the month for their monthly meeting.
Great, so that's this Thursday, and
It'll be the 19th,
It'll be
No, it'll be this
This
the
Thursday.
12th.
the 12th.
Yes,
and is it Sheriff Sperling?
I
is
believe it
speaking?
is. Sheriff Sperling is
Yeah,
to
great.
speak. Chair Pauline told me it was crime and punishment was the topic.
Okay, that's
Crime and
topic.
punishment.
She was very passionate about the punishment part.
We need more,
What time is that?
6 p.m. And I'm sure we'll probably have to get the extra chairs out for that one.
And the town hall is on the 22nd at what time?
2 p.m., which is a Sunday.
all right. Anything else?
Anything from out there?
Nope. All right, we're adjourned.